And welcome back to the Created Studios podcast. I'm your host with the most, Jordan Mode, and today we got a phenomenal episode. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Kevin, who actually was our podcast host last week. Phenomenal conversation with Frankie C. You definitely got to go back and listen to it if you have not yet. But today we have the one, the only Lance Thompson here with us today. Lance, thank you so much for coming in and doing this today.
Jordan, thank you so much for having me. It's a blessing to be here, man.
I could say the exact same back, man. Now, Lance, today is going to be all about you. We're going to dive into everything you got going on. And based on what we've seen of you, I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Wow.
So why don't we give like a little background of what you're doing right now, who you are, and then we'll dive into kind of the history in a little bit. But for fans who maybe don't know who you are, give a little just background who you are.
Absolutely. I am a contemporary R&B artist. Born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, currently still there. Travel a lot, doing music, performing, but life has been beautiful, man. Music is a journey. Music is something that brings people together, and I've been blessed and honored to be able to do this for quite a bit of time, so I'm grateful.
That's amazing, man. And what part of Louisiana is that at?
That's Northwest Louisiana.
Okay.
So that's the corner. That's probably 4.5, 5 hours away from Baton Rouge, where LSU is, and it's about 6 hours away from New Orleans.
Now, were you born and raised there, or?
Born and raised in Shreveport,
wow.
Louisiana, yeah.
Very cool. So now, what got you into music? Like growing up, was it family, or is it like what got you started?
Absolutely. Well, in my household, my mother would always play records. She was really big into music, not just contemporary R&B or soul music. I'm talking about we had gospel, we had country, we had jazz. Yeah. Being from Louisiana, you're really big into jazz. So Harry Connick Jr., one of my biggest inspirations, just talented. But my mom also liked to listen to instrumentals. So Kenny G was really big in our house. So just music all across the board, all different genres. But the first time I saw Michael Jackson is what really got me. At 3 years old, I was in the living room with Mom, my older sister, my younger brother, and I'll never forget watching the television, and all of a sudden it was a rerun of the Motown 25th year anniversary. So I'm watching all of these amazing artists get on stage. When the Jackson 5 got on there, I was like, wow, this is cool. But when Michael broke off and did Billie Jean for the first time, I was sold, man. I looked at my mom and I said, Mom, I want to be like that. I want to do what that guy does. And I'll never forget, she told me, she said, baby, if you want to do that, you need to start practicing now. So I got up at 3 years old and started learning how to do the moonwalk, started learning how to sing, perform, be comfortable in front of people. And it all started then, man.
That's amazing. So your mom was like super supportive at the beginning.
100%. The first time I took a flight was my mom paid for me to fly to New York City, New York, because I was performing at Carnegie Hall.
Wow. Yeah. What was that like?
It was amazing.
I mean, I've been in there before. It's amazing.
The acoustic, first of all, whoever built this building, they built it for live shows, 100%. And the inside is just gorgeous.
And that was your first show?
The first flight I ever took.
First flight, okay.
First flight I ever took. That was at 11 years old, singing at Carnegie Hall. The first time I performed was obviously in church. I think I had to be no more than 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I started singing with the children's choir. They started to take notice. By the time I was 5, I was singing with the mass choir at my church.
That's amazing. And do you remember, I remember the first time I got on stage, for me, I wasn't necessarily nervous. It was more, I was so honed in on, am I going to make this right? Am I going to do everything I plan to? Was that more your mindset where you're like, oh, no, I'm nervous. I'm terrified to get on stage?
Oh, 100%. 100%. The thing for me was nerves would always come before I would open my mouth to sing, but I would always remember what my mom would tell me. My mom said, Lance, you said you wanted to be like Michael Jackson, and I'd always tell her, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And she would tell me, well, you got to get on stage.
Yeah.
So I'd always remember that before I'd open my mouth. So the confidence came based on what my mom told me. So she gave me the confidence that I needed every time I got on stage. I still remember that to this day, and it helps me all the time.
That's so cool, man. And so when you saw Michael at a young age, you started performing at a very young age. Now, was that just singing, or was that dancing, performing the whole nine?
The whole shebang.
Nice.
Now, obviously, you're not hitting the splits and doing moonwalks in church.
I mean, that'd be awesome.
But I will tell you this, though. Knowing how to do the moonwalk when you're 5 years old on the playground in kindergarten, you are the man. So it helped me a lot in elementary school, helped me a lot during that age of doing talent shows, really kind of getting my confidence up, building that up, and learning how to perform in front of people, especially your peers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like those are some of the hardest critics. But once you can kind of bring your people in and bring people in your age group and rally them in, I mean, you're sold, man. So it became a joy for me then.
That's
I've
awesome.
been blessed to do it. So.
And you started traveling at a young age, and were you songwriting at this point too?
Yes,
or?
I wrote my first song at 7 years old. My first song that got played on the radio, I was 12.
Wow.
And I was blessed, I think before I was 21, I was blessed to have a song I had co-wrote that made Billboard Top 100.
That's amazing. What song was that?
It was a song called She Know What She's Doing by a guy named Aaron Carpenter.
Okay.
He was really big when TikTok and Vine first started. He was one of those guys. Shout out to you, my brother.
I love it.
So we made Billboard Top 100. It was really cool.
Now, was this all just like studying on your own, or did you end up going to school for this? Or?
No.
Yeah.
No, this was studying on my own. Just honestly, I was just a student of music.
I love that.
I grew up in an era where music videos mattered.
Yep.
So studying how music videos were put together, what made this music video better than this music video, what made this song better than this song, why are these lyrics hitting me and resonating with me more than this one? So I really just studied the craft based on listening to the radio, watching music videos, and going through old cassettes, old vinyls, then eventually CDs. Now we do everything digitally, but just studying music. I think every day, I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't listen to a song or listen to music.
And especially starting with Michael, who was like, we just talked about off air, is like the greatest talent of our generation. 100%. It's like you're getting the blueprint from the best of the best, and you're sitting here going, okay, if I'm going to do that, I just got to replicate what I'm seeing.
I got to do it like him.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
I've never seen, and there are many amazing artists. You can go through anyone's catalog, any genre. There's so many amazing artists, but just for me, Michael Jackson did something I had never seen before. I had never seen the type of fandom that not only were they giving him, but he was giving things back.
Which is amazing.
I mean, it just, if that doesn't touch your heart, if that doesn't pull on a heartstring, I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
I couldn't agree more, man. And that's I love it when people can appreciate true, genuine talent. And everyone knows Michael Jackson's one of the all-time greatest, but like
100%.
To know why he's so good.
Yeah.
It's like to dive into that could be a whole podcast episode on itself.
I agree.
Okay, so now you're young, you're doing the thing, you're getting it going. So like, what was like some of the hurdles you were facing, especially being young, getting into an industry like this?
Man, honestly, it was learning how to pick which doors to go through. Mm-hmm. When you have a dream, when you have a goal and you're really fighting for it, and you have a support system like a mom, a grandparent, whoever it may be, that's really supporting you and pushing you to the stars, sometimes you don't realize the space shuttle that you're in requires fuel. Mm-hmm. That was the hardest thing for me, understanding that the fuel I needed was having the discernment to pick the right door to go through. I made a lot of mistakes early on. I trusted a lot of individuals that really didn't have my best interest at heart. Now, mind you, the music industry is what it is. It is a business. Absolutely. And you have to have that in the forefront of your mind. But when you're young, you're naive, sometimes things get away from you.
Agreed.
So
no, and was that hard for you as a kid, like especially being so young, like to discern, like, okay, I have to work now, I got to get on work mode, or is it like you wanted to be a kid and go hang out with your friends, or did you have enough time to space that all out?
In the city I grew up in, I had time to space it out because the musician or the artist pot that we have, it's a really cool community. Everybody's extremely talented at what they do. If you're from Shreveport, Louisiana, and you're a musician or a music artist, I mean, you kind of you're top tier. I mean, we have a lot of grit. But with that being said, since it's so small, it's like a piranha tank. So you have to know when you get on the stage, when you have your moment, you need to either get up there and shine. You better give it. Yeah. You better give it, because if you don't give it, trust me, they're going to remember it and they're going to talk about it. So
no, I agree, man. I came from a small town in New Jersey that had maybe 10,000 people. That's still big for some people, but like literally the concept was either you were a cover band or you had made it so far in the industry that you were killing it. Yeah. You understand. And especially a guy who's trying to make it in the industry or just getting out there, Correct. It was like, well, you better go to Nashville or LA because you ain't making it here type attitude. Right. Did you get that, like, especially where you grew up being in a small town, did you face a lot of that adversity? So you're like, I need to go travel. I got to do this. Or was it different? No,
absolutely. I felt the same thing. The cool thing about what I have in my city is I have built with my wife. Shout out to my wife, honey. I love you so much. With my wife, we have such a really kind and nurturing community that even though it does exist, and I believe it exists not just in small towns, I believe it exists anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll face those type of adversities, but once you've built your core group of people, I mean, really, the sky is never the limit for you anymore. You can push past the stars. So, yes, I dealt with it, but with my wife and with so many people that love me and care for me, it really was never an issue for me.
That's awesome.
Especially once I got through the hurdles of falling on my face and picking myself back up. So, yeah.
No, that's awesome, though, because, I mean, that was the same thing I realized. Even, like, yeah, maybe you're dealing with the small town deal where it's like, I'm just trying to get my name noticed. But then you go to a town like Nashville or New York or L.A., then it's like, now you're the small fish in the big pond.
Right.
And it's like, what's going to make you stand out to where everyone's going to start mattering about you? And that's where a lot of artists kind of crumble, because they're like, well, I was the big deal in my town, and now I'm here in Nashville, and no one can care less about me.
Right.
And I feel like that's an important thing. It's like you never stop learning how to adapt, but at the same time, you have to go up every time you get on stage. My mentality has always been, imagine this is the last time I ever get to step on stage.
Right.
Am I delivering to my final moment? Am I delivering? And I think more people need to know that as artists. It's true.
Absolutely. I think it's really cool that you mentioned the bigger markets like your New York, your Nashville. One piece of advice I can give to your viewing audience is make sure that you're being authentically you.
Yes.
Every time you step on a platform, every time you meet someone, especially in these bigger markets, because the goal is not to be the big fish in the big pond. The goal is to be the big you in the big pond.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That is so accurate, because there's so many people trying to be Taylor Swift. There's so many people trying to be, Red Hot Chili Peppers, whatever.
Correct.
It's like, but there's only one you.
There's only one you.
There's only one Lance Thompson.
Right.
There's only one Jordan Moe. It's like, go be you.
Exactly.
Create your own path. And I think people get scared at that, because they're like, no, like, people don't like me for me. It's like, actually, people do like you for you. And that's why your music sells.
There you go. I love that. Exactly.
So let's dive into your music, man. So, like, I know you came from a church background.
Right.
I did myself. Was that like a thing that you're like, you know what, no matter what, when I start writing music, I want it to be gospel driven, or is it like something you chose later on?
No. Honestly, I said this early in the podcast. I'm extremely blessed for the life that I have and the career path that God has placed me on.
Yeah.
I've always said to myself, if I'm going to write music, it has to be story driven, but it also has to be true to who Lance Thompson is. I never wanted to fabricate the story, and I never wanted to fabricate my stance and my foundation. My foundation is built on Jesus Christ.
And I love
that. Jesus Christ, if you go into the Word, if you go into the Gospels, Jesus preached love. Jesus loved with his actions, and he loved with the content of his character. So
Amen.
I just felt like that always had to be my stance with doing music. If I lead with love, whether it's love in truth or whether it's love with just embracing you, I felt like that was going to be good enough. So I'm just grateful that the community that's rallied around me and the people that do enjoy my music and do listen to it, they feel the same way. I want you to always feel loved, whether I'm in the venue with you or you're listening to me in the car.
And that drives to being authentic to you too, because like when people message you on Instagram or like they're meeting you at a show, it's like you're getting the full Lance Thompson every time. And I think that goes way farther than anything money could buy at this point. Like,
I agree.
And I think that's something people get lost on too, is like, oh, well, my music's getting lost in this world because there's so many people releasing music. It's like,
correct.
Yeah, maybe that's a fact, and maybe you're putting a bunch of money towards it and no one's resonating. But you know what does resonate? A true story and someone being genuine.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna probably be our podcast episode title.
I love
being
it.
genuine and authentic.
Being genuine and authentic, yeah.
And then obviously going into the gospel world, you know how it is. There's two sides to it.
We
There's
know.
the people who live and breathe it and, are here for the real reasons. And then
Right.
there's people who are trying to capitalize on it.
Right.
Did you feel, especially being young, getting into it and then growing into who you are now, into the gospel industry, did you find that hard to navigate? Did you find it hard that, like you said, you made some mistakes, people didn't have your right, intentions forward? Did you find that hard, especially kind of navigating that world?
No, because what I realized was my music, I wanted it to reach the hearts of people. So whether you grew up in church all of your life, whether you are a fresh new believer, whether you're not even a believer at all, my goal was not to convert you. My goal was to be the hands and feet of Jesus and show you by action what the gospel is.
Love that.
So whether I'm in a secular arena or whether I'm in your church leading praise and worship, it always has to be authentic, because who do you serve? I need you to see through me who I serve. If you can't see the Christ in me, I'm failing.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. That's amazing. And so that power drives what you do. And,
100%.
Now, let's flash forward a little bit. So now you're kind of doing your thing. You're releasing music. You're getting out there. Have you found, like, when you're releasing music do you tour pretty often, or do you frequently?
We're working on that, especially for 2016. We've done some traveling outside of Louisiana. That's what we mainly do. But as of right now, we've really just been working on building the catalog of music. So we hadn't been moving around too much, but we've moved around a little bit this year.
Yeah. And do you find that, like, difficult, especially with having, a family and like being married? Do you find that hard to travel a lot and do stuff like that?
For me, not so much. The love of my life, actually, she goes everywhere with me. So,
that's awesome.
So she travels with me. That was my goal in the very beginning of this whole music career. I did not want to build a music career and then my family was second.
Exactly.
I wanted my family to be first, and then I do music because God has called me to do it, and I'm blessed to do it. But I will never put the music before my family, and that's what I hope people hear that in my music, that I really do care about the foundation.
Yeah.
Why are you here? What is your purpose? But more importantly, don't forget that what God has blessed you to do is just a tool.
Exactly.
It's just a tool. So yeah.
That's awesome. And see, a lot of people don't have that background too. And I think
that's true.
Because, like, my wife and I, we have that understanding. She comes on the road with me. She'll be a merch girl. She'll be a sound engineer. She's like, you tell me what to do. I love it. Shout out to my wife on that one. But
shout out to you.
But essentially, I think that's so important, is to have that group that can rally behind you, especially, like, whether it be, things at home, the home, stretch where, like, hey, someone's got to be at home paying these bills, doing this or that, or maybe you're out on the road together doing the thing. That's such a team working thing to do. And I think a lot of people don't have that, which is unfortunate, but that's the one thing about the music industry, especially when you get older, things get complicated. You start having kids, or you start, building families, or you're having jobs that start taking more of your life. So hearing that is so refreshing, because I feel like a lot of times we get people in here who are touring musicians like, oh yeah, no, I don't have family. I don't talk to my parents, or this or that, or I don't. And it's like, that's great that you're doing it, but, like, you're missing out on the best part of your life, which is supposed to be bringing your family around and celebrating that success together. Because I'm like, if I'm doing this on my own and my family's never there, like, then what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Am I building it just for me?
Exactly. And then that goes back on the principle of, well, why are you doing this in the first place?
Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that, man. So let's dive into your actual discography. What is, it's hard to always be like, what's your favorite song? But, like, what's a favorite moment in your career that you've had that you're like, man, that was like a highlight for me?
I would have to say the creation of my song, Yes, No, Maybe So. It was a turning point for me in this career. And like I said, guys, my career hasn't been extremely long, but there'll be moments in your career where you'll have a turning point, that light switch will come on and you'll say, okay, this is it. This is the bread and butter. We were actually in Franklin, Tennessee.
Nice.
We were recording it here. And for some reason, the song just felt so good, to where once we got done recording, once we did a pass through of it, I looked through the window, and my wife and my producer, shout out to Jonathan Crone, Jonathan was on the other end in the other room, and I can just see their faces, and they're like, this is it.
Oh, wow.
And collectively, all three of us just knew this is the lane that we're going to pick. This is the hill we're going to die on. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the Lord allowed me to have that moment and gave me the understanding that, hey, you have to be Lance.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, don't try to be anyone else.
But you.
Yes, the pop sounds great. Yes, the smooth R&B sounds great. Yes, your hip hop sounds great. But this is Lance Thompson.
That's amazing. And that came from yourself, or was that the producer telling you this?
No, that was me.
I was saying, because I was like, you got a good producer then. It's like, dang, all right.
Yeah, but Jonathan's that type of guy. He would tell me. Jonathan's just straightforward. He's such a good guy.
That's awesome. What and like that process, was that like a 2-hour session? You're like, nope, that's it, we got it, or was this like a course of like a week, or like
No. We got in the room and he was saying, so what are we gonna do? And I said, well, I got this song. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's run it and see where we're going with it. And he was like, okay, well, sing it for me.
Heck yeah.
So I started singing the song for him, and he was like, yeah, we're doing that. That's it.
That's it. That's
where we're going. And we've been going there ever since. So we've been building this catalog, and I'm super, super excited for everyone to check it out. If you're in the Franklin, Nashville area, November 1st, I'll be doing a show. I'll be doing a Two Nations concert in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll be promoting that on my social medias as well. But yeah, if you're in town, come through, man. Come check out these new tunes. I think you'll enjoy it.
I can't wait to check that out, man.
Please.
That's awesome.
I hope all of you guys are off and y'all can come through. Close early.
We'll close early and come check it
out.
Yeah,
come
man.
through, man. I'm telling you, this is something that you're not going to want to miss because it's more about you guys than it is about me. Yes, I created the music. God has blessed me with the songs, but the songs are for you guys. It's for healing. It's for restoration. It's for peace. It's for joy. It is for you. I hope you come out and enjoy it.
And when it comes to performing live, do you prefer, I guess, how do I rephrase this? Do you like being in the studio more, or do you like performing live? Because for me, I love being on the stage. Yeah.
Stage. I love writing songs and creating music. I really do enjoy that process, but there is absolutely nothing like performing in front of people. It's nothing like being a part of something and leaving people with something.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing like getting to shake someone's hand and someone say, hey, man, that last song you did, or hey, man, that third song you did, hey, man, that fourth song made me cry, man. It reminded me of my childhood. I love those interactions. I am not a standoff artist. You can run up on me. I want to talk to you. Hug me. I'm from the South. We're embraceable. We do that.
I love it.
So yeah, man, it's nothing like doing live performances.
There's something like when you get on stage, like it's like, I always say it's like a different side of you comes out.
Absolutely.
Like I do a lot of hard rock music. So like for me, it's like I always said the metaphorical monster comes out of the cage, but he's got to go back in afterwards. But yeah, but like when you're on stage, there's something about connecting with that audience that's something, I almost call it like religious. It's like, it's like that moment where like, God's shining through you in a way, but at the same time, when that crowd is into it and you're into it, there's truly nothing in this world that feels like that. Yeah. And whether it be two people in the audience who knows every single word of your songs, or it's 10,000, it's like, to me, there is no better place in this world than to be on stage with a crowd like that, and it's amazing. I love hearing that, man, because I think a lot of people do diminish the live show aspect of it because like, oh, no, my songs are, I have 100,000 streams of my songs. Like, great, so let me see your show, and the show's nothing. And it's like, well, you're missing it. You're missing half the aspect. This is the point people come to see you, And there's too many of that out here these days.
I agree. It all points back to my foundation. Like I said, at 3 years old, I saw Michael.
Yeah.
I saw Michael do it live.
Yeah.
In front of his peers. These weren't fans. I'm pretty sure a lot of them were fans of him, but these were his peers. These were people that were music artists. They were producers. They were A&Rs out there. They were record label owners.
Yeah. On
their feet for one guy doing what God has blessed him to do.
Yeah.
That's the moment.
Oh, agreed.
That is, quote unquote, the magic, if you want to call it that.
I would call it that because I was the same way with like Elvis Presley was for me, and like I was a big AC/DC kid growing up with Angus Young, man. Like seeing those guys, like I just remember going, "That's what I want to do.
Correct.
I want to be like Elvis. I want to be like Angus. I want, just like watching those guys. I'm like, and if they're doing it, that's the bar.
That's the bar.
That's the bar, and you need to be trying to hit that bar as close as you possibly can, or what are you doing?
Or what are we doing?
Like you're just John who works at Best Buy on stage, Like, come on now. I hate to say it that way, but a lot of artists these days, maybe they just lack the talent to do a show, but like that is 90% of your whole musical journey is how are you conveying yourself live? And I don't think that'll ever be taken over by AI or anything like that. And people are always so worried like, oh, AI is taking over the music industry. It's like, it's taking over every industry, but you still got to have talent.
Yeah, and AI can't get on the stage for you.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I just enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the live moments. My father-in-law told me this, and this was referring to praise and worship, but he also told me this referring to my music career. He said, Lance, every time you get on stage and you open your mouth to sing, you perform for an audience of one. Now, obviously, he's saying that I'm performing for the Lord, which I am.
I love that.
But every time you come to a Lance Thompson show, whether it's 2 people in the audience or whether it's 10,000, I want you to feel like Lance is singing directly to you. Because what you don't realize is whether it's 2 or 10,000, I am singing directly to you.
Yeah.
These songs are for you, the individual, you. Because why? Because you matter. Why? Because you have purpose. Why? Because I want these songs to be a part of the life story and the life soundtrack that is your life.
Oh, I love that, dude. That resonates because I always say every time I go on stage, I always do this thing where I will literally go to my side, whatever, and I just look up and I go, God, what do you want to say through me today? I say that every time before I go on show.
I felt that.
Before a show. It's like,
thank you.
Some people just do a group prayer, and I'm like, no, I'm the guy in the corner who's just like, God, what do you want to do through me? And then I just let God do his thing. And like the metaphorical monster comes out of the cage, and then all of a sudden an hour goes by or 2 hours go by, and all of a sudden I'm on stage and I'm hyperventilating going, what just happened?
Hey, I love how you say you let the Lord do his thing. That's one thing I think a lot of us as believers, we're so gung-ho for what God wants to do, but sometimes we get in his way.
Yes.
Instead of letting him have his way.
Agreed.
So I'm so glad you said that.
And that's something that just happens too. I mean, especially like when you're so close to like your career. Maybe you're in the music industry, video, whatever, and it's like you have a tight grip on it. And like there was a great sermon that at this church I go to where he was like, sometimes you're so close to the source, you tend to forget to let go and give room for God. And like that hit me so hard because I'm sitting here going like, oh my God, like he's right. Like maybe I'm focusing way too hard on the little things and I'm not leaving enough room for God. And like, that's why the whole thing started with me was like, every time I get on stage, God, what do you want to do through me?
I love that.
Yeah. And I think more people need to like give that room. And you know, maybe if you're not religious and you're watching this podcast, that's okay. Just think about like sometimes in retrospect, life will throw a lot of curveballs at you and those are out of your hands.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. And they always say at the end of the day, it's how you get back up and it's how you keep walking through it all.
Amen. I love
and
that.
I think it's a lot easier when you do have Christ in your corner.
I agree 100%.
But we're gonna take a minute to take a break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back with this awesome convo with Lance Thompson on the Created Studios podcast. And welcome back to the Created Studios podcast. I just wanted to take a moment and do a quick shout out to FUTUREBEAN Coffee. Every day when I'm coming into work here at Created Studios, I always have a cup of Joe with me. Phenomenal coffee. If you're coming in for a session or you're just on the go check them out. They're kind of newer to the scene. Definitely worth it. Move over, Duncan. There's a new coffee in town. But we're back here with Lance Thompson. We're diving into such an epic convo. I mean, and we kind of led off about just kind of talking about the live stage aspect. So I want to transition to kind of what you're doing now. So Lance, what do you got going on right now?
So right now we're focusing on finalizing a lot of the songs that I'm getting ready to release in 2026. I have to correct that.
It's okay.
So yeah, we're super excited about the catalog that we're building right now. And the most recent development that we have as far as live shows are concerned will be November 1st in Nashville at a Two Nations concert. Shout out Colette for allowing me to do this, but it's going to be fantastic. That's a Saturday night. It'll be an evening. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this show.
Heck yeah.
I'll make sure we have it to where you guys will have all the information for it. But yeah, we're just excited about the new music that's about to come out, man.
That's
super
awesome.
excited.
What's the music like? What's it sound like? What does it got going on?
Okay, so if you go back and listen to Yes, No, Maybe So, which is a song that I put out about roughly 2 years ago, it's going to be more in that vein. So I'm focusing more on soul music. So I went back to the archives and went through all of Michael's songs. Just went and listened, and I said, man, I love it. I love everything Michael has done. Why did Michael, when he went solo, start creating the sound and start moving the way he moved as a solo artist? And the only thing I could point back to was the two, Jackie Wilson, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But more importantly, that man, James Brown.
Oh, I knew you were going to say it.
So
I knew it.
So I went back and started studying James again, and it's just something interesting and unique about the way James would deliver a song, and more importantly, the way he would perform. I'm talking about this man, beads of sweat dripping down his very decorative costume, but the man brought soul through and through.
Oh, yeah.
His audiences felt it. And I'm talking about it was a melting pot. I'm talking about all different colors, all different shades, all different walks of life. James had them in the arena.
Oh, yeah.
And they were singing, dancing, enjoying themselves. It was fun.
And there's nobody like James Brown, like, especially when he got on stage and he had, he was in it to win it. His band was so tight. And it was just, man, I still think to this day there's probably no tighter band than James Brown.
I mean, he had legends. I mean, when you got Bootsy Collins and cats like that playing in your band, like, stop playing, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game. But one thing, James, that I picked out of his artistry was the fact that James's music was fun.
Yeah.
So this new era of Lance Thompson music, I want you guys, when you come to these shows and when you listen to this music, I want it to be fun. I want you to have fun with your families, with your friends, with your coworkers, with your church members. Anybody you run into, I want you to be like, man, have you heard Lance Thompson? Man, that music's fun, man. That music makes you feel something. I want you to feel something.
Yeah, and I think that's actually so great because like we had an artist in here a couple weeks ago who was talking about how artists are taking things way too seriously today. Like whether it be how they look on stage, how their socials look, how this looks, it's like it's all too serious, and people are forgetting. People listen to music as an escape. They listen to music to have fun, to forget about their problems. Yeah, there's a time and place for serious music.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, what music do you remember from Michael Jackson? The music that was fun, the music that made you feel something. Yeah. And I think we're just too serious in today's world, and people got to go back to having that fun again.
Well, people need to get back to telling their stories.
Yes.
When we're trying to be carbon copies of what worked or what used to work or what even's working now, you lose you.
Yeah.
The cool thing about your MJs, the cool thing about Elvis Presley, the cool thing about all of the greats that we consider greats in the music industry, they brought us them.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, they might have had a team helping them curate that.
Oh, Motown,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Come on, man. Exactly. You had a team. I mean, you had great writers and everything, but at the end of the day, they were still bringing themselves to the forefront.
Yeah.
You had to bring yourself. So I think as a music industry, if we get back to bringing ourselves and letting people know that, hey, we're human.
Yeah.
We're not superheroes. We're not idols. Don't make me an idol, please. Do not do that. I am a regular human being.
Puts the shoes on the same way.
Put the shoes on the same way. I just love a little harder. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and I think we are kind of getting that way because, especially with how saturated the industry is these days. With what they say, it's like on average, like 10,000 tracks get uploaded to Spotify every day.
Oh, man.
So your new single is the equivalent to a truck driving by you on the highway.
Come on.
So like, I think it is getting back to that where you have to be authentic.
Yeah.
You have to be genuine, and you have to be giving it your all because, we had a guy on this podcast. His name is Daniel, who runs Black Owl Media. He's a photographer, and he helps bands with social media. And his one thing is like, yeah, I get sent bands who follow me every day. He's like, I get like 5 or 6 followers every day of new bands. All they post is their artwork and their flyers. He goes, first off, I have no idea who you are. Right. I've never heard your music. Why do I care? And I think that hit home so hard because I'm like, you're right. Because like, why am I going to care about you? Right. Yeah, you're a hard rock band, but what makes you any different than any other hard rock band out there? Same thing with like contemporary R&B or whatever, rap, hip hop, whatever. It's like, what makes you different? And I think people need to get back to being, well, what makes you different? It's you. Yeah. So be you. Yeah, don't be afraid to be you. It's okay to be a little weird and wonky, Like, yeah.
I think it's cool because this is my take on it. With you being you, trust me, there is someone in this world that can relate to you. Agreed. There's someone in this world that can relate to parts of your story. So why not just be relatable and be you?
Exactly. And I think people just think, oh, well, if I write for this, I'll get more followers or I'll do this. And it's like, yeah, you might, but are they going to stick around?
Correct.
And also, I think that's the most important aspect too, is we were talking about like, cool, you went viral. Great for you, but now you have this audience. What are you doing with it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happens after the viral moment?
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you keeping them around or are they getting bored and leaving? And like, that's the other thing too. It's like, great, you have this one video or this one song that did this one thing. Like there was that one TikTok song, that artist that everyone was sampling for the longest time. And this thing went viral where he went on tour. He was in the middle of Cleveland, played the show. And he opened up with that song,
with the one song.
And then 90% of the crowd left after that one song.
Oh, wow.
So think about it. That's what I mean. In today's world, it's like, cool, you had that viral moment, but what are you doing with it afterwards? What are you doing to build that community? What are you doing to not only continually release music, because it's great, you have one single, but what about the next one? What about the one after that? What about the next record? What about the next tour? What is this or that? And that's how it is. Yeah. And if you can't get on that train, building that snowball down the hill, what are you doing?
Yeah. I think it goes back to something you said earlier in the podcast, Jordan. What are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Well, what's your reason?
Exactly.
If your reason is to go viral and you went viral, great.
You did
That's fantastic.
Yep.
But if your reason is to be an artist, if your reason is really to impact, touch the world, come on. You gotta know. You have to know why you're doing what
I agree. And I think a lot of people lose touch on that, especially when they get too lost in, I need the viral moment, or I need this song, or I need that, or I need this person to know I exist. And it's like 90% of the music industry cannot help you. Unless you have, like that's really what it is like, unless you have the full package ready to go, 90% of the industry is not going to help you. That one record label is not going to change the game for you. You have to do all this work on your own. And it takes woodshedding for years and years and years, and artists who play to literally nobody for years. Like I remember I still do this sometimes when I go on tour. I'll play to 5 people in a bar. I'm not ashamed to say it. Guess what? I've never played that market before.
There you go.
But if those 5 people come back with some friends, or even just come back, that means I did my job right.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be about, we all want to play the famous, arenas. We all want to play to 10,000 people. But guess what? To get to the 10,000s, you got to play to 100 rooms where there's 10 people in it.
I agree. I remember listening to a podcast where Louis Capaldi was speaking, and he said one of the greatest joys early on in his career was the fact that he could pick up his guitar, go into a pub, and play for people that did not know him, screaming to the top of his lungs. He said that was just the greatest joy for him. Yeah. He said so entertaining for him, being on the platform is always a joy for him, because it always takes him back to that young boy in that pub that was just trying to sing and perform. Happen. Just trying to get it done.
And it's like when we do our open mic nights here, it's like when somebody comes in, like there could be 2 people in
Which
here.
is awesome. If you are not partaking in the open mic nights, you're missing out.
I appreciate that, man. Like, you came by that the one time.
Yes.
I remember that, and we had a whole crowd come through.
It's cool. It's nothing like being in that room, doing the open mic, and you have customers coming into this building, not looking to listen to music, but when they stop, you're like, okay, you got something. So I feel like everyone should have moments where they cut their teeth. I love that. Do it.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, is like when you get someone on that stage who is being authentic to themselves and they're just going to do them, we always get a crowd. And that's what I tell anybody who comes in, whether this is their first time cutting their teeth on the stage or they've done this a million times, go up there and be you.
Got to.
And if you do, I'll tell you this right now. Every time I've gotten on stage over there, we always end up having a couple people stop by and go, what's going on over here? This is cool. And then someone goes, why can't I sing just like you? Why can't I do this? I'm like, because I'm me. I'm just being me, man. I'm not trying to be Elvis or this or that. Yeah, they inspired me, but I'm just trying to be me.
Right.
And if you can just be you and you can just figure out who you are as an artist, you can do anything you want. And that's the ultimate goal, is to do that.
I agree. Message.
I love it, man. Lance, this has been such a fun conversation. And I want to leave it off before we plug everything. Let's say, a lot of our audience here is a bunch of younger kids, or maybe just getting into the industry and they're just trying to figure out their next steps, or how do I even do this? How do I navigate this? What's some advice that you could give to them?
Absolutely. What I would say would be, know who you are before you step through the door. Know what you stand for. Know what you will not tolerate. But more importantly, know who you're trying to reach. For some of us, we want to reach the entire world. For some of us, we just want to reach a couple friends in the backyard. But as long as you know who you want to reach, trust me, you'll get there.
I love that, man. It's so true. Amen to that. Lance, let's plug everything. Let's say people are like, I got to follow this guy. I got to see him. Where can people find you? Where can they find the music? Obviously, we will plug everything in the podcast episode as well.
Absolutely.
But just in case people are like, I got to go find him right now.
100%. On socials, like your Instagram, X, it's Mr. Lance Thompson, Mr. Lance Thompson. On TikTok, it's Mr. Lance Thompson Music. On YouTube, which we have a dynamic YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, Yes, No, Maybe So music video has over 1 million views. We're super excited about that. But the YouTube is Lance Thompson Music. Please go check that out on Spotify, all social media platforms. All music platforms. It's just Lance Thompson, just my name, the name my mama gave me.
I love it, and we will plug everything. And that show again.
Yes, the show is a Two Nations concert show in Nashville, Tennessee, November 1st. I'll make sure I get the time for you guys. I'm pretty sure it'll be 6 or 7 o'clock. Please come out. Please come check out. A lot of new tunes will be displayed for the very first time in Nashville, Tennessee. Y'all come hear this soul music. This music is for you guys. I made it for you, and I hope it impacts and changes your life. I hope you leave better.
You know what'd be cool is, and that's a Saturday night, right?
That's a Saturday night.
You know what'd be cool is if we could get you to come in, maybe like the day before or the day after, if you're in town, maybe we could do like a mini concert out front.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. I mean, I'm dead serious on that. Like,
Let's make it happen.
Like, even if it's like, hey, catch him before he does the show, or like maybe do some stuff you're not going to do at that show.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it, man. After this, we'll talk about it.
We'll chop that up.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Y'all look at Jordan on the fly. See,
that's what I do.
Hey, that's what music does. When you're a part of a music community, I'm telling you, you help each other, and we need to see more of that.
Yes,
we need to see more of the music community helping each other. Because trust me, we all have the same goal. We're all trying to inspire people. I appreciate that, Jordan.
No, absolutely. And actually, to end that comment, Gene Simmons of Kiss said it best. There is more than enough room for everybody at the top of the game.
Come on.
He goes, it's just people who like to close the door because they want it all for themselves.
Come on. And I'll give you another one. This came from my song. I have a song called Free. Right. And I say this in my bridge. There's room at the table. Take a seat. But if you don't work, then you can't eat.
Exactly.
But there's room at the table for everybody.
You just got to prove why you got to be at that table.
Exactly.
I love it. Lance, this was amazing, man. Please, let's talk about doing that show, that little mini concert, and your family here, man. Anytime you want to come back in and join the podcast or use the rooms, you know you're welcome here.
I love it. We family now.
Yeah, man. This was an absolute blessing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jordan.
And that'll conclude it for today on the Creative Studios podcast. If you ever want to come in and check us out, we're available every day from 11 to 10. See where we film this. It's always a cool spot to come check out.
Definitely.
We have 6 studios that are unique. Definitely come and check them out. Use them. We do open mic nights every Friday. There's something always going on here every day. So you come in and see what we got going on. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Till then, we'll catch you all later.